Thank you for inviting me to testify today. My name is Georgette Forney, and I'm here as a woman who had an abortion and has spent the last 22 years helping others who regret their abortion. Sorry, I get so emotional. As the co-founder of the Silent No More Awareness Campaign, I speak on behalf of the 19,582 people who are registered to be silent no more. We want you to know that abortion didn't solve our problems, it just created different ones. When I was 16 and I found out I was pregnant, I was scared. The baby felt like a threat to my future. I didn't know what abortion was, but my friend told me it would fix my problem. As I drove to the clinic that day, my heart said, "This feels wrong." But the fear in me said, "It's legal, so it must be okay." For 19 years after my abortion, I pretended it was no big deal. But the reality was, I wouldn't allow myself to face the truth of what I had done. I had aborted a human being. Once I made that connection, everything changed for me. You know, as long as we stay in that place of denial, it's okay. We're okay. The problem is that sometimes something will trigger us, the birth of a child, the death of a loved one, a parent, or even a sonogram image. At the March for Life last month, 31 women shared their testimony for the first time outside of the Supreme Court. They each told why they had their abortion. They talk about what the procedure was like, what happened immediately afterwards, what were the long-term consequences, and then finally how they found help and healing. Here are some quick excerpts. Chelsea, my boyfriend, friends, and family all agreed that an abortion was the best choice for my circumstances. Lynn, I was 1 month from graduating from college and had just signed my first teaching contract. Cindy, I was told that the tugging would be like strong menstrual cramps. What I felt was intense pain and as though not only my baby, but my soul was being suctioned out. Kelly, and when I went in, I was treated with no compassion, just like a cow going off to slaughter. Laura, when I left Planned Parenthood that day, I promised myself I would never think about it or talk about this day ever again. Virginia, immediately afterwards, I forced myself to shut out the reality of what had happened. I had taken care of my problem. Cecilia, my life spiraled into a life of self-hatred, drugs, alcohol, and relationships. I ended up having 3 more abortions. Each time I felt like my life was being sucked out of me, I was dead inside, empty. Lynn, North Carolina, I became an angry, militant advocate for abortion. But over a year later, the guilt and horror of what I had done and the resulting depression, drug abuse, and self-loathing started consuming my life. The women of Silent No More speak publicly about their abortions, but many more are silent and seek help quietly. The campaign partners with more than 40 different abortion aftercare programs, helping women both nationally and internationally. One program alone, Rachel's Vineyard, has helped over 326,000 individuals. These organizations have grown as women reach out to us for help because they're dealing with nightmares, depression, suicidal feelings and attempts, eating disorders, addiction, sexual dysfunction, and most common, a low sense of self-esteem. If abortion is no big deal, why are all these people going through healing programs? Also, there is clear evidence that tighter regulations of abortion clinics are needed. Consider the filthy Gosnell Clinic in Philadelphia, where Karnamaya Monger died, or the St. Louis Planned Parenthood that failed relicensing inspection last year when the DHSS discovered 4 women had suffered from major abortion complications. Or consider preterm in Cleveland, where a hemorrhaging abortion patient had to call 911 herself after being kicked out of the clinic because they were closing. And then there are women who can't speak. Keisha Atkins died at 23 in Albuquerque during a late-term abortion. Tonya Reeves died in Chicago after bleeding for hours after 3 botched abortion attempts. She was 24 and the mother of a baby. Jennifer Merbelli was 29 when she died. Cree Irwin was 24 when she died of an incomplete abortion in Michigan. Tell the families of these women that abortion must be protected. You say that abortion restrictions impact women of color, but the inconvenient truth is that women of color are being killed in the recent years more than the white women, like Cree, Tanya, and Keisha. Or how about Lakeisha Wilson, Jamie Lee Morales, or Maria Santiago? Do their Black lives and Hispanic lives matter? We need legislation that requires every state to report every abortion, every incident of physical harm by abortion, and every woman that dies by legal abortion is acknowledged. Let's get the facts.